Good morning. This is Andrew from Trend Following Mentor. Before we begin, here's our disclaimer that none of this is meant for any individual investment advice whatsoever, and it's only limited to my own personal opinions. This is my website, Trend Following Mentor, and I welcome you to it. And every day I post on the blog ideas to help you become a better trader. That's really what my goal is. I've had people help me, and this is kind of my way of giving back. I trade for a living. I like teaching. It gets me in touch with people pretty much all over the world. So, and here's the blog, and you can look at the blog, and I talk about different stock ideas and watch lists and just everything that just different ideas. And what I want to say is that there's really nothing perfect when we trade. We seem to go through a lot of tough times at points. Yesterday was very interesting. Let's first start with the S&P, where I always start. And yesterday, S&Ps and NASDAQ got hit very, very hard from news coming out of China with the PMI that declined, the Purchasing Manager Index. And also I got a note this morning actually from one of my trade desk that I clear through that the Chinese government has sent out an alert to the coal mining industry about the liquidity problems, and possibly that Six Sigma event could be cooking in China that could signal some type of correction. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a bull, I'm not a bear, I'm just reading where we are at. And if you've been watching my other videos, which I really hope you have been because they'll educate you, that we've had a lot of distribution days. Yesterday was another distribution day. So now we have 6 distribution days. That means that there's strong institutional selling on high volume, where we have down days on high volume, like here. And then conversely, you also had some accumulation days. So it's a battle between the bears and the bulls. But you put everything into context again. We have a divergence in the MACD, which is also showing some negativity. On the positive side, the advanced decline line had been increasing up until yesterday. But there's been extreme optimism, so you have to be really, really careful in what we're trading. And yesterday, I mean, humbly, I'm going to eat pie. I mean, I had a trade. Let me go on the negative. I was in the, one second, let me straighten this out. 1 second. SFUN. And SFUN really wasn't so much fun yesterday. You know, I had this trade. It broke out. It's feeling pretty good. Got to break even, actually. But the problem was, it got down to here and then just pummeled. So I had a small loss, but it retraced. I mean, if you look at this thing went from 95 down to 83. That's $12. It reminds me of NQ and some of these other things, New Skin, that also got clobbered. So you always have to trade with stops. And this is really the key. And again, you can look at my watch list. This was on it. I bought it. I lost money on the trade. It didn't work. But I'm looking to buy it again today, believe it or not. I have another signal. Again, if we can take out the highs, I'm looking. It's hitting my rules. And that's what the idea is, to be consistent. On the positive side, and an interesting story, Netflix jumped. Tremendous jump. Well, there is, I have a student that I'm teaching. And let me just clarify. What I do is I teach. And I do private one-on-one sessions with students. And if you want to perfect your trading, if it's trading psychology or risk management or money management, I'm here to help you. I can do one-on-one hourly, and you can go to my website. I'll just show you real quick. It's here. This really gets to one of my points. And I have an hourly consulting, and I don't watch by the clock, by the minute. Basically, my goal is really to help you. But let's go to what happened here. There was a client of mine that wanted to short Netflix, and we talked about it. And I said, you know, first of all, you don't want to short when you're still in a bull market, and we are still in a bull market. And you need to trade with rules. And got an email from him afterwards thanking me for, suggesting to him trading with a set of rules. Because he basically thought Netflix was overvalued and I'm going to short it. And he wanted to short it somewhere over here at the highs. And I said, that's the quickest way to lose money. There is exact ways to short, which, again, shorting is very difficult. A lot of people lose money shorting because things can gap up. And he was in shock to see this gap up, and he didn't take the trade. So again, for what he paid for that one little, for this one little trade, overset all of our time that we've been talking about his trading and trying to better his trading. On another tangent, and you can look back at my watch list from yesterday. What was very interesting is you want to see stocks that are up on very negative days. And not that I knew anything, I don't even know what this company does. Griff will lose below the low. All I know is it's an ADR. It moved up in strongly in a very negative day. And you can say the exact same thing for Netflix. And on the other positive was Biogen, was another strong one. So again, there's no opinions here. You have to trade with rules. You have to understand that anything can happen. And you know what? There's not a bull, not a bear, but read what the market is telling you. And on that topic about what the market is telling me, go back and you can look at my blog. I spoke about the Junior Gold Miner Index. And I suggested it looks interesting from a trend following perspective. And again, this is something to learn. Why to learn? You have a divergence here, the absolute opposite on the S&Ps, where you're low and you're higher, you're low and you're lower. There's a divergence. There's some strength building up. It failed at the 50 and then took out the 50. Again, I don't know if this trade will work or not work, but the point is to learn from it, to read what the market is telling you, to be able to accept the losses and accept really what's happening. Don't go with the herd and listen to everything that everyone is saying. The other point, I'll go back to here. We were talking about bonds at one point, and actually I was interviewed for a radio show asking me, what do I think of this? What do I think of that? What's my opinion of that? And I said, well, first of all, my opinions really don't mean anything. I take it day by day in what the market is telling me. And I said, right now the stock market is in a bull market, but there's some signs that are very worrisome that need to be cautioned. And so yesterday's action isn't a surprise. I mean, we haven't had a 10% correction for more than a year. And then conversely, I was asked what I thought about bonds. And I said, well, if you think about it, everybody and their brother thinks that interest rates are going up. And when everyone is in that herd mentality, things go to the opposite. And ironically, for the money that I actually trade with, I manage money, that I've been getting signals for all different bond products and buying them. Not that I want to, because it's systematic and they're breaking out to the upside, which is contrarian to what everyone else. Like everyone hated gold. Gold is moving up. So really, what is trading? Successful trading is having a trading plan, like I showed you with Netflix. And the other is staying out of big trouble. And again, you're always going to have losses. You're always going to have trades that don't work. But the key is trying to keep them small, risking small amounts of your account size. Again, this is Andrew from Trend Following Mentor. If I can help you, I'm more than willing to help you. I have a couple hours available next week. That's the week of January. Actually, I have 2 hours. I'm looking at my schedule on next Friday. Everything else I'm booked. But if I can help you, send me an email. We can have a chat first to see if I can help you, to see if we're on the same page. And again, thank you very much.